Good morning, dear students. Welcome again. We have discussed about the departmental form of undertaking, the merits, the features and the various demerits of departmental undertaking. Continuing our session, now we are going to discuss the public corporation. First of all, I will tell you what is public corporations. Public corporation is established under a special act passed in Parliament or state legislative assembly, and its objective, powers and functions are clearly defined in the special act. It means that जो भी public corporation होती है, it is formed under a special act which is passed in the Parliament. What is the procedure? You have already read how a bill become law, how a bill is passed in the Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha, and after that it is signed by the President of India and then it becomes law or a bill is passed. Similarly, the public corporation, जिसके पीछे भी word corporation जुड़ गया, वो enterprise कैसे form हुई है? By passing a special act. A special act is passed in the Parliament or the state legislative assemblies, in the Lok Sabha or a Rajya Sabha, and then it goes to the President for his consent, and after that the bill is passed. So, the public enterprises are formed under a special act, and that is the first feature. It is the first feature of public enterprises. I am highlighting this word, a special act. So, first feature of public corporation is that they are formed under a special act. Government companies, they don't need any special act to be passed. Same is the case of departmental undertaking, they don't need any act to be passed. But for the public corporation like life insurance corporation, जिसके पीछे भी word corporation जुड़ गया, वो कैसे पास हुआ, कैसे enforce हुआ है, कैसे बना है? जब एक special act पास हुआ है in the parliament, उसको in force में लाने के लिए. So, this is the definition of the public enterprises. Then I told you the procedure, how it comes into force, how a public corporation is formed. Supreme Court brought into existence, how either in Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha में जाता है और majority इसको pass करती है, voting होती है, and then a bill is passed or the law is formed. So, it is formed by the special act of the Parliament. So, what are the examples of the public corporation? UTI, Unit Trust of India Mutual Fund, LIC, I told you, Life Insurance Corporation, and Reserve Bank of India is also one of the example of public corporations. There are a number of, especially the word corporation, if it is suffix, if it is a suffix after a name of a company, it is a public corporation and it is formed under the special act. So, all these are the examples of public corporation. Then the various features of statutory corporations. I told you the first very feature of statutory corporation is that it is formed under a special act. The objectives, the powers and the function of the corporation all are defined by that very act, all are written in that very act. It has a separate legal entity. Now, if it is a separate legal entity like departmental undertaking, it can't buy its own property. But if we talk of the statutory corporation, like it is a separate legal entity, it can buy property by its name or as its own name, and it is away from its members. It is a separate legal entity in the eyes of law, and it is managed by the board of directors, which are appointed or nominated by the government. The directors, the board of directors of the public corporation, they are appointed or nominated by the government. Then it has its own staff, that is recruitment. Appointment is done by the board of directors, by the public corporations, right? Then this, like in the departmental undertaking, the appointment is done by UPSC. Special exams have to be conducted. All the appointments are done by the government. But if we talk of the statutory corporation, the appointment is done by the by the provisions of the act. As the act says, whatever the act says, whatever is written in the special act when it is formed, the recruitment is how you are going to appoint the employees of your organization. All they are governed, they are appointed as per the provision of act. However, the provision permits, like if it is written in the provision that an entrance test has to be passed and some exam has to be conducted to be appointed in LIC or Life Insurance Corporation, then you have to follow that particular thing. So, as per the law says, as per the provision of the act says, the appointment of the employees is done in the same manner. Now, this type of enterprises is usually independently financed. It does not obtain the funds from the government or from the public or through the earnings. So, it obtains fund either from borrowings from the government जो है इनको funds देती है, या public से भी ये funds लेते हैं, या अपनी ही earnings से ये finances को इकट्ठा करते हैं. So, they are independently financed. Usually they are independently financed. Then it is not subject to same accounting and audit rules which are applicable to the government department. They have their own rules, they have their own regulations. So, all these have been decided by the board of directors of the public corporation. Now, we will discuss the merits of the public corporation. What are the various merits of the public corporation? The first merit is internal autonomy. Autonomy is a freedom. So, there is lot of freedom of decisions, to make the decisions, to carry out the day-to-day operations, and this type of corporation is free from the public from the government interference. I told you that in the departmental undertaking, government has lot of interference. All the decisions are not only taken by the body itself in the departmental undertaking, but it is taken right from the Prime Minister, then Home Ministers, different ministers, because it is controlled by the ministry concerned. Departmental undertaking is controlled by the ministry concerned, but public corporations are not under any ministry. So, they are free from any interference, they are free from the government interference. They can make their own decisions, they have full freedom to make their own decisions. They are not controlled, governed by the government. So, they can make their own rules, they can make their own decisions, and they can independently take day-to-day decisions to carry out their operations. Then quick decisions are taken. I told you that if you have to, मैंने उस दिन भी discuss किया था कि बेटा एक decision whether to conduct the exam or not of 12th class board class, कितने steps हैं, HRD minister, CBSE director has to consult with the HRD minister, and the HRD minister has to consult to the Home Minister and to the PMO. A body of ministers are there who control and govern the departmental undertaking. But public corporations, as it is free from the government interference, so quick decisions are taken. They are free from the prohibitory rules of the government. Quick decisions are taken. Decision making is quite quick as compared to the that departmental undertaking and the government companies. Government companies we will discuss in the next chapter. So, parliamentary control, the performance is subject to the discussion in the parliament, which ensures proper use of public money, because they get finances from the public, so they are accountable to the public. So, every every rule or every decision is taken after the proper discussion in the parliament. Efficient management is there because the directors, the top executives are the professionals and experts of different fields. They are the IRS, IPS officers who are in the board of directors. They are well managed by the well qualified and the trained staff. Then next one is demerits. As every coin has two sides, so public corporation, it also suffers from various demerits. Once we talk of that, it is free from it has a personal autonomy is there, freedom बहुत होती है, लेकिन in reality there is not much operational flexibility. It suffers from lot of public interference, political interference. बहुत सारा जो अंदर का inner political सीन रहता है, तो वो लोग जो हैं, मिनिस्टर्स जो हैं, they do interfere in the working of the public corporations. They usually enjoy a monopoly in their field and do not have profit motive, due to which their working turns out to be inefficient, because a number of public corporations, public enterprises, they suffer because the aim is not only profit but service motive. So, sometimes they turn out to be inefficient. When there is dealing with the public, corruption can exist, lot of corruption can be seen, as same as in the public departments, there are lot of corruption exist. Thus, public corporation is suitable for undertaking which requiring monopoly powers, for example, public utilities. Then next one, where this type of public corporation is more suitable. So, it is suitable for organizing public enterprises when it requires special power act. Then the enterprise require a huge amount of capital investment, because when we have huge capital investment, public corporation is the best one. Then next is, that's all. This is a suitability. I hope the department undertaking is clear to you. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.
Hogi.